New York football's in a bad place. Hey, we all feel great about Mike White in Jet fandom right now.
Future.
But Daniel Jones, you've got to make a decision on him. The tick-tock on Daniel Jones is finally running out. You've got to figure out, are we going to pay him fifth-year option money? Are we going to do that? Or are we going to do the Mitch Trubisky thing and just sit back and let him play one more year there, and then we'll figure it out. Make him play, sing for his supper like, by the way, everybody else in that franchise. You got to wonder, they have the right offensive coordinator dialing it up for him and Jason Garrett. You got to wonder, how can you evaluate him if Saquon can't stay healthy? How can you evaluate him when your offensive line frequently is a turnstile on a 3-5 step drop? How can you evaluate him when your rookie receiver that you are trying to evaluate him with appears to be an electric, can't stay on the field? How are you going to evaluate him when Evan Ingram hasn't blossomed either? How are you going to evaluate him? Because in 1 second, he can make that throw like that touchdown pass to Evan Ingram where it was a beautiful dart right in his hands.
It was.
And then there are other throws where it's just like even Michael Irvin said yesterday on the Manning cast, how does he take that sack? How do you take a sack in the fourth quarter with mere seconds to go and no timeouts left? How do you do that?
I don't know.
How does that happen for a Duke kid who went to Manning camps and played for Cutcliffe and is smart enough to know he can't take the sack, and yet he does? Mistakes that shouldn't be made at this point of his development, regardless of how you can evaluate him with his weaponry. And then you got a head coach, another one from the Belichick family tree, and you're wondering, okay, where's the situationally smart stuff? How is this team making mistakes on special teams? How is this team not calling timeouts to save the clock properly sometimes? Last night, how do you not burn a timeout before the 2-minute warning? How do you let that thing go drip all the way down to the 2-minute warning? How do you not put the pressure on the Kansas City Chiefs to run it one more time? Because when you call a timeout, and you don't call timeout all the way down to the 2-minute warning, then your next timeout is going to be on the other side of the 2-minute warning. As opposed to you call a timeout there, and then, okay, they want to run it and take it down to the 2-minute warning, great. You call a timeout, maybe Mahomes does something with the ball that he shouldn't do because that's what he's been doing lately. Maybe you get an aggressive play call from Kansas City go your way. When you take it down to the 2-minute warning, you're basically saying, all right, I'll just let those seconds go away, and then I'll burn another timeout on the other side, and I'll get it back with $150 something to go, as opposed to with $150 and something to go after you have an opportunity to maybe get the ball back or have them do something to help you out. I don't understand stuff like that. 15-yard penalties, undisciplined stuff. And Giant fans, last 5 years, your mark at the 8-game point, 3 times 1-7. This is the second time you're 2-6. Can you imagine if they finished 3-5? If they won that game last night, that'd have been their best record by a long shot.
I mean,
more often than not. And so,
maybe
you know,
should have won the game last
and
night.
the owner says that everyone's on notice. Well, I'll tell you what, the next 8 games are pretty damn huge. And you've got to sit there and wonder, do you blow out the coach again? And you take the general manager out too. And you get somebody else in there with a new head coach, and you make a run at one of the many quarterbacks that's out there coming up this non-playing season. I know this is pie in the sky stuff, but how good do you think Russell Wilson would look in a Giant uniform?
Who's playing with him?
These guys? Same guys? Maybe?
Healthy Saquon, this Kadarius Toney guy's nice.
I mean, this is the way you got to
Galladay.
start thinking. If you're a Giant fan, you'd want this to happen. You just got to change something up. Something's got to happen. But these are the next big 8 games. If they can go, the 9 games. If they can go 5-4, they can go 6-3. Does that save somebody's job? I don't know. That's where the Giants are currently right now. They're next up for Vegas. Then they've got to bye. Then they're at Tampa.
mean, where are 6 wins on this
Dude,
schedule?
I don't know. Philadelphia, Miami. They play Philly twice. At Chicago.
Washington. I mean, that's 5.
They should win these games. They've got some talented players. If you can protect them and play good football on defense.
Blow it up. It's not worth it.
That's what I'm thinking after 8 weeks.
It's not worth it.
With those 2 teams that just finished up week 8. So, in essence, Giants, my sense is you're going to have to blow this thing up. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.